Morning, guys. Jeff with HKS Systems, Lock and Safe. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're going to do a bunch of shorts. I've got some other stuff coming up the pipeline that I'll be working on, but for these next couple weeks, I think I'm going to do just little shorts like the Locks NY style. I like his stuff, so even though I don't do automotive, I still watch it. I don't know why. It doesn't really pertain to me, but I still enjoy watching it. Maybe it's just because I like watching other people work, but he does a good job always. So check him out if you haven't seen him yet. Check him out, Locks NY. Does a lot of automotive stuff. But today we're going to be going on, let's see, we got at least 4 jobs we got to get to today. One's going to be for the Park District, and we're going to take apart a trim on panic bar and repair that. Keys all of a sudden turning 360 degrees. They hire all these summer kids for help, and kids always end up destroying everything, so I guess you get what you pay for on that one. But next one after that's going to be go pick up a check for some work we had already done. Then we're going to go stop at a new store, rekey it, and repair some locks. Got to stop at a church, fix some cam locks and some bathroom towel dispensers, which is sort of interesting. Yeah, other than that, we got a Trilogy T2 2700 actual model, the cheaper one, which I don't usually sell. I usually sell the higher end ones, but he wanted just super cheap. So we'll be putting that in today too, and that should round us out for most of the day, probably a little bit early. Maybe 1, 2 o'clock as opposed to a little bit later. So typically I'm the 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I'm always starting a little bit early and leaving a little bit early. I think it's nice for the customers to be able to have that option to give a couple hours before they start their typical shift to be able to get work and have it all done and wrapped up before they have to go to work. So they don't have to take the day off. I can appreciate that because I am the same way. I hate to take days off. If you're the boss and you're the only worker, you don't work, you don't get paid. So we'll be back. Take care, guys. Bye. All right, guys. Jeff with HKS Systems, Lock and Safe. So we got all finished with that guy. So we swapped out that cam on the panic bar. It's for a Doromatic. I guess it's considered Falcon now, part of that conglomeration of mess. But if you look right at the 12 o'clock there, that little hole there, there's supposed to be a roll pin stop that goes there, and it basically is made to stop that cam. The cam's got to sit to the left or to the right of the actuator inside the panic bar, and when it falls out, you're able to spin that 360 degrees. And that causes an issue because this could only go to the left or to the right, stopping. That little roll pin would stop it on either leg of those. And when that gets worn out or falls off or gets forced out, which I believe this one was more so forced and overused because they hire a bunch of high school kids and no one really cares anymore. So that fell out. It was spinning 360 degrees, and then you could still use it, but you'd have to know how to use it, and that just throws those kids, all those educated kids, right in the deep end of the pool because they have no idea how to use it. So I just replaced it with the new one, no big deal, and we actually had 6 of the Master 1 UP padlocks, which I am not a fan of, as you know, but I do have the nice system to rekey those, so I did that for him. Dropped those off, took care of the beach front for them, and we're on our way to the next job. Take care. All right, we're done with our next job, which was just literally dropping off a bill for a church, and I was repairing some towel dispenser locks. The issue was they were just getting all rusty, so all I did was spray them with Houdini, which I'm not using anymore, but I just happened to have a little bit left in a can. The guy was so impressed with it, I gave him a can just because that's the guy I am. So I gave him a full can for free. Told him that was his freebie for the year. So always good to keep the customers happy, give them a little freebie here and there. If that includes something small and minor, a can of Houdini, 9-volt batteries, some batteries for their electronics, something like that. Just give it to them. Sometimes it's worth it, it's a goodwill gesture, especially for the church. I do quite a bit for them. So we'll be back. Looks like some pretty crappy weather today, huh? Yeah, yesterday we ended up having some tornado warnings and a lot of rain, a lot of torrential rain in a short amount of time. A lot of the areas around here are flooded out. Not me. I'm always high and dry. Luckily, I got regular sub pump system, and I have a water forced sub pump system from Zoller, which is awesome. It doesn't require any power. As long as you're on city water, it'll keep your sub pump back up going. Really neat design. I'll actually put a picture of it in there. I'm, as you know, a guitar collector as well as other collector, and in my basement's quite the man cave. So I'm very adamant. This is why I even bought the house. I was very adamant that I have to have it completely dry down there no matter what, because I don't want to deal with a bunch of insurance claims. So anyways, I'll upload that. Like I said, this is just literally odds and ends stuff I'm doing this week. Not necessarily advertising. I do have a new company I'm working with right now currently. It's my second month in, as far as using it to get SEO for my websites and domains that will automatically return to me business, in theory at least, when you are searching for keywords, just like Google. If you search Google and you search Safecracker or Safe Locksmith or Locksmith, I should be the guy that's coming and popping up. It seems to be taking a little bit longer than I would think, but I don't know much about the internet, just enough to get by. Yeah, it's been 2 months now, actually a little over a month, and it's already starting to return. I'm getting a lot more calls, not necessarily sales, but at least calls, so that's fine. At least I could get a foot in the door here and there. But we'll be back. We're going to pick up a check, and then we're going to rekey a new building with somebody that I had done some safe work for. Nice lady. She's starting a new business. She's selling soul food, which is sort of weird for out here, but good food will go and sell anywhere. So she's going to be selling soul food out in the suburbs of Chicago. So we'll see what happens. All right, we'll be checking in. Take care. I forgot when I was doing that guy last week. I forgot to do a finish up. So that's the finish up there. It's nice and square now. Although the door doesn't sit straight, but you can see perfectly straight now. That stops a little bit off. It's a little bit bent, but it's not. The door is perfectly straight and parallel to each other. But yeah, it was just a full Roton hinge we did, top to bottom. Good to go. Up and running. Then it allows this excess deadbolt when it's unenergized, it pops out, causing the door to lock. So if you need that kind of service, give us a call. HKS Systems, Lock and Safe, 847-204-7046. Thanks. And this was a case that new management had taken over the building, and this is what they called me for. They saw my push and pull stickers on the door, and they said, hey, this guy must know the old owner never shared my information, and push and pull paid off. So use those push and pull stickers. I was actually just going to show you this. These are all my master key systems in my area that I deal with. Believe it or not, I know which one each one of these go to. So yeah, that's probably a good, easily 150 keys, I would guess, right there. But yeah, those are for all my different master key systems. I have them stamped with various names or codes that I would probably know, but nobody else knows. So as long as my memory doesn't go, I'm good to go. But if my memory goes, it'll just be gibberish to me. So anyways, I hope to be retired by that time, so we'll be back. Although I don't do much automotive, I sometimes will still do the automotive lockout for those new vehicles that are no linkage, and you need to do the through the window like that. This is a new tool I got from Lockmasters. It's sort of neat that it's got the air wedge you would put in between the window, and then the step 2 is to use this little envelope, which will go in between and allow you to do the long reach tools right through the window frame, causing no scratching, no tearing of the weather stripping or anything. So pretty neat little design. It's like 30 bucks or something like that, so it's not cheap, but neat design if you're in the trade for sure. Check it out. Alright, so we're heading to do our last job. Those clouds don't look good. It's an exterior door, a Trilogy alarm lock, DL2700 series exterior door. I could have these things in and done within half an hour. So someday, if I decide to hire somebody for help, I made this the biggest idiot-proof system there is. Anywhere there's orange is where you need to drill. So drill 3/8 inch, 3/8 inch, quarter inch, quarter inch, quarter inch. That turns into a 1 inch. That turns into the 3/8 as well. And then these you could enlarge if you need to go a little bit easier, but literally 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Straight through the door, marked on both sides. Anybody could do this. This is a major jig. That's for the Trilogy and Simplex. Very nice system. If you do a lot of these, I highly suggest getting one.